Hello and welcome to your channel Excel. In the last video, we have seen up to nuclear fission and how electricity is generated using it. So let me quickly brush you up through the things that what we have done. But before that, please subscribe to the channel and help us spread the knowledge. So in nuclear fission, we have seen that a heavier atom is split into lighter elements, creating energy. In the process of creating energy from nuclear fission, we create a lot of radioactive waste in the form of spent fuel. As all the power generated from nuclear fission leaves low to no greenhouse gases, but in the process leaves a more harmful radioactive material. The problem of radioactive waste is solved in nuclear fusion. But we are not still able to harness sustained nuclear fusion, which is the reason why it is sarcastically said that nuclear fusion is always 30 years away. In nuclear fusion, two lighter elements are combined to form a heavier element. Why is it easier to break a heavy element into lighter element, but not combining lighter elements into heavier element? Let us understand this concept properly because it will help us explain why ITER's machines are so big and why the project is so huge. From our earlier example of magnet in our last video, we saw that like poles repel each other. For further explanation, we will take a bar magnet. If we break the magnet into two pieces, we get another set of poles. All we need is force and pressure. This is what happens in fission, where a heavy atom is split into a lighter element by bombardment of neutron. What will happen if we try to bring like poles together? We won't be able to do that because of repulsion. This similar repulsion occurs between two positively charged protons. This electrostatic repulsion creates a barrier known as Coulomb barrier, which stops the two lighter elements to combine and form a heavier, denser element. But this Coulomb barrier can be overcome by high pressure and temperature. To break Coulomb barrier, strong force should be greater than the electromagnetic force. But what is strong force? Strong force is the force that keeps protons and neutrons together. The electromagnetic force is the force that causes repulsion between the protons. And even if it does, the two lighter element do fuse, it is not able to break even. Break even is when output energy is greater than the input energy, which is decided by fusion energy gain factor. Fusion energy gain factor is the ratio of energy to maintain reaction to the energy produced. If Q equals to 1, then break even takes place. If Q is less than 1, loss of energy has happened. And if Q equals to 2, double the input energy. It is promising for Q equals to 10. But for this to happen, we need to reach critical mass for sustained reaction. This is why ITER is using a tokamak reactor. On July 27, 2020, assembly of world's largest nuclear fusion reactor began in France. ITER stands for International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor. It is an experimental project of group of countries which are Japan, India, Russia, China, US, South Korea in their attempt to create commercial energy from nuclear fusion. These countries signed the ITER agreement in Paris on 21st November 2006. Initially signed by US, former Soviet Union, European Union and Japan. Later joined by China and South Korea in 2003 and then by India in 2005. European Union will be contributing 40% of the funds and the rest other countries will be funding 10%. As you should know that European Union is a group of countries, it is therefore contributing 40% of funds. Currently 35 nations are contributing in the project. It is constructed in the southern France at Cadarache. It is trying to replicate Sun by fusing hydrogen atoms to produce helium and energy at 150 million degrees Celsius, which is 10 times greater than the Sun's core, which is at 15 million degrees Celsius. Then we should think that at Sun it can happen at 15 million degrees Celsius, then why do we require 150 million degrees Celsius? This is because Sun is at very high pressure and thus 15 million degrees Celsius is enough. But at Earth we do not have such high pressure and therefore we require greater temperatures than the Sun, which is the reason we require 150 million degrees Celsius. Two hydrogen atoms, its isotopes basically, which are deuterium H2 and tritium H3 are fused to form another element which is helium with the release of energy. The energy released is 4 times the energy released in fission and 4 million times that of coal and gas. Hydrogen is the first element in the periodic table of Dmitry Mendeleev. which is symbolized by H having atomic number 1. It has 1 proton and 1 electron. It is the lightest element available on Earth and in universe on ample scale, where in methane, oceans, etc. As we know that Earth is 71% water and hence we can energize the world for millions of years. All we need to do is extract hydrogen. Hydrogen can be extracted by basically three methods. First, by steam methane reforming method. Second, by electrolysis. Third, by proton exchange method. I will not be getting into details. We can do this in another video, right? Hydrogen has two isotopes, deuterium and tritium, which are fused to form helium and energy. And this is what happens in the sun as well all other stars in the universe. Helium is the second element in the periodic table of Dmitry Mendeleev. It makes up 35% of universe. You might have heard that Chandrayaan mission was going to extract helium-3. Well, it was only for experimental purpose. It cannot harness the ever-increasing energy need of energy-hungry man. Also, you might have heard that if we inhale helium, there is change in voice which makes the sound funny. This is because speed of sound increases in helium than in air, because speed of sound is related to the mass of molecule in the gas it travels through. As helium is lighter than the air, we hear the funnier sound. Then why don't we inhale hydrogen? It is the lightest element, right? The reason is that if it is flammable, and if we do that, we will blow ourselves. While helium is an inert gas, which means it do not take part in reactions. Now that we know the fuel elements of fusion reactors, we will know what is tokamak, India's role in ITER, what is plasma. Plasma is the one which will be heated to 150 million degrees Celsius in ITER. This is what the plasma looks like. Plasma is the fourth state of matter after solid, liquid and gas. There is also a fifth state of matter which is known as Bose-Einstein confinement. Plasma is when the gas is heated to extreme temperatures, which in turn forces an atom to split away the electrons from the shell. How does it happen? Heat makes the atom in the gas to move so quickly that they collide so violently that electron is emitted from the atom. Therefore, plasma is called as ionizing gas. Plasma is also released from the sun in the form of solar flares, which makes those beautiful lights known as auroras. Aurora borealis or northern lights can be seen from Iceland, Norway, and aurora australis or southern lights can be seen from Antarctic. Plasma gives neon fluoride lights their glow. Also, plasma is used in television with thousands of tiny dots which give us this super beautiful image. One plasma pixel consists of 3 dots having red, green and blue color. Combination of these makes any possible color. Plasma is a state of matter that consists of free electrons and positively charged particles called cations, and hence plasma can conduct electricity and produce and respond to magnetic field. In order to control plasma, ITER is using large magnets. If not controlled, this ionized gas can decay the wall of reactor, hindering the fusion process. This hot plasma will be confined into large outer cover called cryostat. Cryostats are nothing but refrigerators or thermoflasks. India built the world's largest cryostat for ITER. The cryostat was built by Larsen and Toubro. This cryostat will keep the superconducting magnets of ITER cryogenically cool, where the inside plasma will be 150 million degrees Celsius and outer where the reactor is there, it will be 10 Kelvin. Now, next important component is tokamak. Tokamak is a fusion reactor, which is the most steady type of fusion reactor in the world. It will start the first test by 2025. The first plasma will take place in December 2025 and operations will begin by 2035 of deuterium and tritium. There are also private projects which are going around the world like Canada-based General Fusion where Jeff Bezos, Amazon CEO, is investing millions. Tokamak Energy of UK and Commonwealth Fusion of US. Benefits of nuclear energy. Energy efficiency will increase, cleaner world, no nuclear waste, no greenhouse gas emissions. It will help fight climate change. It will help in space explorations. That is all for today. Please do share, subscribe, like. Thanks for watching. Stay blessed.